prior sessions will be. The recording of this and prior sessions will be available on our website. And I'm putting the link in the chat right now. The Permit Like a Pro resource page not only has prior trainings, the recordings, it also has slide decks, and then it has helpful guides or individual issues if you don't want to go through the entire training, but you're looking to see how to pay for a permit or how to schedule an inspection. Those are all available to you. We're gonna have today 3 different breakout rooms. So you'll be able to go to those breakout rooms. One will cover project docs and plans reviews, for those larger projects, commercial projects. Another for trade licensing, if you're having issues with getting your trade license or linking your permits with your trade license. And then one for amendments, extensions, and reinstatements. So you'll be able to go to those breakout rooms, and here's some directions on the screen here. Down at usually at the bottom of your screen is the breakout room button, and when you click on that.
Hey, Jason, your audio is people in the chat are saying, could you speak louder? A little difficulty hearing you.
Sorry about that. Just this. So we'll have 4 breakout rooms. I'm sorry, 3 breakout rooms. They're listed here on the top, and to get to the breakout rooms should be down at the bottom of your screen in the Zoom bar, where it'll say either breakout rooms, or you may have to click on the more button to select breakout rooms. But then once you click on that, you can select which of the 3 breakout rooms you want to go to. If you want to come back to the main training that will be here, you would click the leave button, and it'll ask you if you want to leave entirely, or if you want to leave just the breakout room. We can go to the next slide. Oh, okay, yeah. What we've done so far. So we're offering this additional training. I think we've had 6 other trainings, 2 of those in person. 4 of the trainings out of the 6 so far. This is the 7th actually. Were before we launched. Okay, I'm trying to look at the chat and do this at the same time. So hopefully everybody can hear me. But we've got additional staff assisting with walk-in customers. We've got additional staff on the phones. We just hired 3 temps for the next 6 months to help with processing permits. So we're doing a lot to help with the expediting of permits and assisting customers that are still getting used to the new system and how to do the pins and how to log in and those issues. That was interesting. So I think with all of that, we can just move on to the main presentation.
Jason, are you turning it over to Peggy at this point?
Yeah, we can turn it over to Peggy. Seems like we're having some technical difficulties. 1 second here.
All right. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was on mute.
There you go.
All right. So we're going to go over how to process some applications through the ePermits website. You'll continue to use your login button on the DHCD website. And there are also how-to guides and instructional videos available on the DHCD website.
Interrupt. Just want to make sure that all of the participants know you may go to the breakout room at any point that you wish, or just stay here for the overall discussion. You can also go to the breakout room and come back to the general room at will. So if you now would like to go to a breakout room, there should be people in those rooms waiting to have discussions with you. Sorry, Peggy, go right ahead.
Problem. So the e-permit system walkthrough and highlights. So how to create an account. You'll need an e-permits account to apply for permits, to schedule inspections, and to register a professional trade license with the City of Baltimore in order to perform work in the city. So click to create an account. Complete the required information. Check the box to agree to the terms of service. Click continue. Select the type of contact, a individual or organization. So you will complete the required information and click submit. And you'll receive notification of successful account registration and an email with your information. You can now sign into your account to apply for a permit or update your professional trade license. Click sign in. Enter your username or email and password. Click sign in. Once your professional trade license is registered with the city, it can be added to your account. So click on My Account. Click Add a License. Enter license type and license number. Click Find License. Click Add License to Account. And do you want to associate this license to your account? Click OK. Your license has been successfully added to your account. The registration of licensed professionals. Sign into your account. Click on Licensed Contractors tab. Click on Create an Application. Read the terms of service and check the box. And then continue application. You can only register one license at a time. If you wish to register multiple licenses, you will need to repeat the process for each license registration. Select the drop-down triangle next to License Application and select the trade you are registering. Click Continue Application. The other contractor registration application includes architect, asbestos contractor, engineer, fire sprinkler, contractor, HVAC contractor, low voltage, Maryland Home Building Registration, Maryland Home Improvement Contractor, plumbing contractor, UST heating and oil technician, UST certified remover, and UST technical contractors. Click Select from existing account. Company name and license holder are required. If you do not have a business, use your name as the company name. And a pop-up for Select Contact Type will appear. You will need to complete the name and address information screens for each of the required contact types. Click on the drop-down arrow and select License Holder. Click continue. Click select from existing account. A pop-up for select contact type will appear. You'll need to complete the name and address information screens for each of the required contact types. So click on the drop-down arrow and select company name. The license holder has a green check. Now we need to add the company name. Click continue. If there's information in the name of the business box, the first and last name may not be needed even though they have the SREC, meaning required information. Enter the name of the business. You can use your name if there is no company name. Enter the primary phone number. Enter the email to be used for communication. Select add contact address. Select business for address type. Complete address information. Click save and close. The license holder and company name have a green check, meaning they have been added. So click click continue application. Enter the Maryland state license number, the license expiration date, an insurance provider, an insurance expiration date, and then click continue application. Upload required documents. The list of documents is provided under the required documents header. Click add. Search for your file. Select the selected file will be uploaded. You will see the green message. The attachments has been successfully uploaded.
Peggy, we had a comment in the chat. A person said they did not see where to select general contractor. Before you got much further, I was wondering, could you double back to that real quick?
General is under the other. Okay, I see it missing from the list, but general is under other contractor registration application. Okay, and click continue application. Required documentation may vary depending on the license type. So review the application information on this page. Make any changes by selecting the edit button next to the area you wish to modify. Click continue application. So your application has been successfully completed and you'll receive an email like the one below confirming your registration. So how to create a permit. This is the first screen you'll see when you log in. From here, you can access information on creating and managing your building permits and license registrations. So you'll see hello and your name. If this is not the name you registered, please select the account management and update your information. A quick view of the items you may have in your cart will be shown on the left side of the screen. And if you're working on several permits, you can create a collection so that you will show all of your permits for easy access on the right side of the screen. The most recent permits show at the bottom of the screen. So select permits and inspections. Select create an application. Read the terms of service and check the box. And click Continue Application. Click on the drop-down arrow by the permits and select the permit type from the list. And then click on Continue Application. So we're going to go through a 1 and 2 family combo permit. It's similar to the commercial and multifamily permit. It's just the questions are different. Chris? So you enter your street number, the street name, and click search. The parcel and owner information will be auto-filled. If you need to step away from the application, be sure to click Save and Resume later, because this application does not automatically save. Click Continue Application. Name your project. Make it something that you'll be able to identify. Describe the work to be done and provide enough detail that the reviewer will understand what you are doing. Use the drop-down to indicate the type of work and choose the best option. Use the drop-down to select the type of building where the work will be performed. If you have other permits in process for this property, click yes, otherwise click no. Click Continue Application. Complete all required information regarding the property where the work will be done. Enter the total cost of the project. Even though this is not a required field, please enter that information if you have it, and you can estimate the cost if necessary. Read and acknowledge the lead paint notification. Complete the last 2 questions regarding affordable housing and reasonable accommodation. And click Continue Application. Click Yes for any system that will be included in the scope of work for this permit. Click Yes for any trade work that will be included in the scope of work for this permit, even if you have already listed it previously. Click Continue Application. Click the blue Add Information. Complete the pop-up form and click Submit. Click Continue Application. The yes/no questions with the gray background are auto-filled based upon the property information. Any area with a yes may require additional documentation. Complete the last series of questions. Click Continue Application. Click Add Information. Complete the pop-up to add your electrical fixtures and click Submit. Click Add Information. Follow the Add Information and complete pop-up steps until all trade work included in the project scope is documented. Click Submit, and you'll see your information has been added. There's 1 line for each item selected. Click Continue Application. Enter the applicant role. This is what is your relationship to the project. Is the owner acting as a contractor? Yes or no? Is the property owner a business? If yes, you may need to add an authorized agent to the contacts. The applicant and property owner are required. additional contacts may be required based upon the scope of work or property information. Use select from existing account for the applicant, the property owner if there has been no change to ownership, other contacts that are known to have an e-permits account. To add the applicant, click select from existing account. Use add new for individuals that may not be associated with an e-permits account, such as the new property owners, authorized agents or businesses, and business contacts. A pop-up select contact from account will appear. Click on associated contact. Click continue. Select applicant from the drop-down. Select the address. Click continue. A property owner needs to be added. There has been no change in ownership, so we will use existing information. Click select from existing account. Select associated owner. Click continue. Select the property owner. Click continue. Enter the first and last name. Enter the primary phone number. The email to be used for communication. Select individual or organization. Select add contact address. Select mailing for address type. Complete address information. Click save and close. Contract, you'll get the message contract address added successfully and click continue. The applicant and property owner have a green check, meaning their information is complete. So click continue application. Click lookup. If you know your contractor's license number, enter it here. If you don't have a contractor, you can select the type of contractor you need here. Click lookup. And select your contractor from the list. Click continue. If you try different searches and cannot find the contractor you're looking for, verify that they are registered with the City of Baltimore. Only professionals registered with the city can perform work in the city. And then you'll get a message, licensed professional added successfully. If additional contractors are needed, click look up and repeat the process. Click continue. If you need to provide documentation such as site plans or drawings, they are added here under attachment. Click add. Click add. And click continue. Once your document is uploaded, you need to provide a type. Click type, drop down and select the document type. And click save. Click continue application. Once the information is submitted, it cannot be changed. So please review the information provided. If you need to make any changes, use the edit button in the section that needs to be changed before you check submit. Agree to the certification above and click continue application. Once the application has been submitted, you'll receive a receipt letting you know that the submission was successful. Use this record ID to track your application. use and occupancy permits. So you'll sign into your e-permits account and select the use and occupancy permit type. Enter a project name and enter the use of the property under description of work. Use the drop-down to select certificate of occupancy or partial permit. Use the drop-down to select the occupancy status. If you enter a related combo permit number, most of the information on the following pages will be completed for you. Click Continue Application. Enter the street number, the street name. Click Search. Parcel and owner information are automatically filled in based on the street address. If you included a combo permit number, the information from the related permit automatically fills in the address information. If the address is not correct, verify the related permit number. Click Continue Application. Complete all required information regarding the use of the property. If you enter the related combo permit, the required information should be populated automatically. Read and acknowledge the lead paint notification. Complete the last two questions regarding affordable housing and reasonable accommodation. Planning and zoning information will be populated based upon the property address. And that's the grayed out areas. Answer the non-grayed out questions. Click on Continue Application. Complete the Health and Controlled Substances section. Click on Continue Application. Use the drop-down to select the applicant role, which is your role, and what your relationship to the project is. Is the property owner a business? If the answer is yes, you'll need to add an additional contact as the agency representative. Click Select from Existing Account. Use the guidance provided in the combo permit discussion for when to use Select from Existing Account and add new. Select Contact. Click Continue. Choose the applicant. Click Continue. Once you click Continue, you will see a message saying Contact added successfully. There's a green check by applicant. Now you need to add the property owner. Choose Select from Existing. Select Associated Owner. Click Continue. Choose Property Owner. Click Continue. Complete any missing owner information. Since the address is missing, click Add Address, Add Contact Address. Complete the address information. Click Save and Close. Click Continue. Once you click Save and Close, you'll see a message saying Contact added successfully, and there is an address in the row. You will see a green check by applicant and property owner, meaning that information is complete. Click Continue Application. But once the information is submitted, it cannot be changed. So please review the information provided. You can make any changes. To make any changes, use the edit button in the section that needs to be changed before you certify the information. Once the information is submitted again, It can't be changed, so make sure that you have reviewed it. This is different from the old e-permits program where you couldn't see what you selected when you got to the end of the application. In this application, you can, and you can make any needed changes. Once you're done, check the certification box. Click Continue Application. Once you've reviewed all the project information and submitted it, you'll receive a receipt letting you know that the submission was successful. And you'll also see your record ID number, and you use that to track your application. All right, so now we're going to talk about a raising or moving permit. You'll need to be signed into ePermits account, and you would select raising or moving for the permit type. So for your work location, enter your street number, enter the street name, click search. The parcel and owner information will be auto-filled. The owner information is for the legal owner of the property, not the leasee or tenant. Click Continue Application. You can name your project to make it something that's meaningful to you so that you'll be able to identify it. Describe the work to be done and provide enough detail that the reviewer will understand what is being raised or demolished. Complete all required information regarding the property where work is to be performed. Read and acknowledge the lead paint notification. Based upon the property location, there may be zoning considerations. Any area with a yes may require additional documentation. The yes/no questions with a gray background are completed from the property information. No action is required on your part. Will the demolition impact the right-of-way? Yes or no? Select the option for separating the project area from the public. In this instance, the fence was used. Click Continue Application. Demolition details need to be provided to determine the scope of the project and potential documentation required. Complete required information regarding the proposed demolition. Is the condition standard or substandard? And will you be using machines to perform the work? Click Add Building Structure Info. Complete the pop-up form. Click Submit. Click the blue Add Information. Complete the pop-up form. And this information is for disposal of your demolition materials. At this particular time, it is not a requirement, but it may become so in the future. Click Submit. Click Continue Application. Next. Press for your contact information. Enter the applicant role, and that's entering what your relationship to the project is. Is the owner acting as a contractor? Is the property owner a business? If yes, you will need to add an authorized agent to the contacts. The applicant and property owner are required. Additional context may be required based upon the scope of work or property information. Before we go further, the question is the owner acting as a contractor? On a raising permit, the owner can only be a contractor for residential shed or detached garage. Otherwise, it has to be a licensed demolition contractor. Okay. Click select from existing account. A pop-up select contact from account will appear. Select associated contact. Click continue. Select the applicant from the drop-down. Select the address and click continue. The applicant now has a green check. We need to add the property owner. So click select from existing account. Select associated owner. Click continue. Select property owner from the drop-down. Click continue. Enter the first and last name. Enter the primary phone number. Enter an email address. Select individual organization. If you choose organization, you may be required to include an authorized agent. Click add contact address. The address type should be mailing. Complete the address. Click save and close. You'll see contact address added successfully. Click continue. The contact conditions have been met. There's an applicant and a property owner. Click continue application. The licensed professional information. A licensed demolition contractor must be added to the project for the permit to be processed. This is true for raising or moving. Click lookup. A license number is the quickest way to locate your contractor. Otherwise, enter any known information such as license type. Click lookup. A list of contractors will display. Select the one that will perform the work. Click continue. You get a message saying the licensed professional has been added successfully. Click continue application. If this is an attached building, you will need to add an architect or engineer to the project. You will need to add documents for this permit. The type and quantity of documents will vary according to the work described in the permit. Click add to upload each of your documents. You will receive a notice that the documents have been successfully loaded. Click continue application. Once this information is submitted, it cannot be changed, so please review the information provided. If you need to make any changes, use the edit button in the section that needs to be changed before you certify the record. Click in the box to agree with the certification of the record. Click continue application. Once you have reviewed all the project information and submitted it, you'll receive a receipt letting you know that the submission was successful. And you'll see your record ID number that you will use to track your application. Temporary event permit. You will need to sign into your ePermits account and select temporary event for the type of permit. Chris? Enter the street number, the street name, and click search. The parcel and owner information will be auto-filled. The owner information is for the legal owner of the property, not the leasing or tenant. Click Continue Application. Name your project and make it something that means something to you and is different from other projects you may have. Describe the event. Provide enough detail that the reviewer will understand what the event is and what is needed for the event. Click Continue Application. Provide general information as requested. Read the content regarding lead paint and check the box. Click Continue Application. Review the zoning details provided. This information is tied directly to the parcel, and in some cases, there may be conditions that will require you to submit extra documentation. Click Continue Application. Complete all required event information. As you enter information regarding your event, some fields may disappear while others may appear. I just want to note that the temporary event application for DHCD is for events that take place on private property. This is not for events on mayor and city council owned properties. Complete all required event information. Click the blue Add Information button. You'll need to add as many rows as your event will occur. You will use one row per day. Time is to be provided using a 24-hour clock. Complete the health section. Click Continue Application. Click the blue Add Information button. If you're adding any structures, you will complete this pop-up. Click Submit. Click Continue Application. Click the blue Add Information button. If you're adding any type of electrical fixtures, you would use this and complete the pop-up for those fixtures. Click Submit. Click Continue Application. Enter the applicant role. What is your relationship to the project? Is the owner acting as a contractor? Yes or no? Is the property owner a business? If yes, you will need to add an authorized agent to the contacts. The applicant and property owner are required. Additional contacts may be required based upon the scope of work or property information. Click Select from Existing Account. A pop-up Select Contact from Account will appear. So select Associated Contact. Click Continue. Select Applicant from the drop-down. Select the address. Click Continue. The applicant now has a green check. We need to add the property owner. Click Select from Existing Account. A pop-up Select Contact from Account will appear. Select Associated Owner. Click Continue. Select Property Owner from the drop-down. Click Continue. Enter first and last name. Enter the primary phone number. Enter email address. Select individual or organization. If you choose organization, you'll be required to include an authorized agent as a contact. Click Add Contact Address. Address type should be mailing. Complete address. Click Save and Close. You'll see contact address added successfully. Click Continue. The contact conditions have been met. There's an applicant and a property owner. If this is an attached building, you'll need to add a registered design professional as a contact. Click Continue Application. Click Lookup. Only contractors registered with the City of Baltimore can perform work in the city. A license number is the quickest way to locate your contractor. Otherwise, enter any known information such as license type. Click Lookup. A list of contractors will display. Select the one that will perform the work. Click Continue. You'll get a message saying the licensed professional has been added successfully. Click Continue Application. Once the contractors have been added, you need to upload the plans or drawing for your project. The type and number of plans drawings vary according to the type of permit and the amount of work being done and the structures you're using. Click Add. Click Continue Application. Once this information is submitted, it can't be changed, so please review the information provided. If you need to make any changes, use the Edit button in the section that needs to be changed before you certify the record. Click in the box to agree with the certification and click Continue Application. Once your application is completed, you'll see the screen for receipt record issuance with your record ID number on it. You'll also receive an email confirming that the application has been received. And again, you have your record ID to track your application. So how to check the permit status? You enter the permit number or street address and click on the search icon. If you do not know the permit number or you do not get the results you wanted, click on My Records. All your permits will show up towards the bottom of the screen. Click on the blue record number. If you click on the blue record number or use the search function, you'll see the screen below with the record number, type of permit, current status, and expiration date. Click the drop-down arrow next to Record Info. Click Processing Status. So this is an example of a permit that has been received but has not been reviewed. And this is an example of a permit that has been received and is going through the review process. So you see the different icons on the left of each of those different screens. So the orange asterisk means previously active status or step. The hourglass means task step is currently active and pending. And the green check mark, your task or step is completed. How to schedule an inspection. Enter the permit number and click on the search icon. And again, if you don't know the permit number, click on My Records All of your permits will show towards the bottom of the screen. You can look for the one you want and click the blue record number. If the permit you're looking for is not in the list of records, or you are not logged in, you can use the general search section. The record number is the best way to find a permit, but you can also use the record type, address, or trade license information to help find a permit. Click search. If you're not getting the right records, or there are too many records, you can redo the general search and add more information, or click search additional criteria to narrow it down. Once you get a list of records that includes the permit you're looking for, click on the blue record number. That will take you to the screen on the right. For more details, click the drop-down arrow next to record info. Click inspections. Click schedule or request an inspection. Select the type of inspection needed. There may be more than one page, so if you do not see what you're looking for, click next. Click continue. Select one of the available dates. Those are the ones that are bold. The selected date will turn yellow. Inspections are scheduled by day. You cannot request specific inspectors or specific times. So click all day. Review inspection request information. If the address is incorrect, return to the permits and inspection page and search for the correct permit. If the contact information needs to be changed, click the blue Change Contact. Update the contact information. Click Submit, and then click Continue. Review the information provided. Click Include additional notes if you want to add comments. Click Finish. The inspection is scheduled. How to make a payment. There's a list of acceptable payment methods. If you click on the Pay online link included in an email from DHCD, you will be taken to the screen on the right. Click the Payment tab. Click Fees. Click Pay Fees. Click Checkout. Click Checkout. Complete your personal information. Everything except for your middle name is required. Then select your payment type. And click Continue. Click on the box to accept the authorization form. And click Pay. And you'll get a message of successful submission. To make a payment not using the email link, you would need to log into your account, enter the permit number or street address, and click on the search icon. If you don't know the permit number, or you do not get the results you wanted, click on the My Records. All of your permits will show up towards the bottom of the screen. You can look for the one you want and click the blue Pay Fees Due. Click the Checkout button. Click Checkout. Complete your personal information. And again, everything except your middle name is required. Select your payment method and click continue. Click in the box to accept the authorization form and click pay. And again, you'll get a notice of successful submission. Amendments, extension, reinstatement. Any changes to a permit after it has been issued must follow the amendment process. This includes additions or changes to contacts or licensed professionals. So you would need to sign into your account, enter the permit number, and click on the search icon. If you don't know the permit number, click on My Records. All of your permits will show up towards the bottom of the screen. You can look for the one you want and click the blue record number. If selecting the permit from a list, you can click the blue record number, which will take you to the screen on the left, or click the blue amendment. Click Create Amendment. Select Permit Extension. Click Continue Application. Enter the current expiration date of the permit needing the extension. Select Extension or Reinstatement. Has this permit had a prior extension, yes or no? Click Continue Application. The address, parcel, and owner information is pulled from the original permit. Enter the project name. In the description of work, include original permit number for reference. Click Continue Application. Contacts from the original permit will show here. If you need to add additional contacts, click Select from Existing Account or Add New and complete the pop-ups. To remove or edit existing contacts, use the blue Edit or Delete option in the Action section. Click Continue Application. Select Type of Change from the drop-down. Provide update for any change in contractor. To add or change a contractor, please complete the section below. Click Continue Application. Contractors from the original permit will show up here when replacing a contractor. The one being replaced needs to be deleted. To add a contractor, click Look Up and follow the directions. To edit or delete a contractor, use the blue action items. Click Continue Application. Once the information is submitted, it can't be changed, so please review the information provided. If you need to make any changes, use the Edit button in the section that needs to be changed before you certify the record. Click the box to agree with certification. Click Continue Application. Once you review all your project information and submit it, you'll receive a receipt indicating that the submission was successful. And use the record ID to track your application. So this is the end of going through the permit processes. Once you have applied for an application, you'll receive an email letting you know that it was received. An email will be issued each time there is a change in status in your permit. This system relies heavily on emails, so please be sure to frequently check your emails if you have an application that's going through the process. If at any point in time additional information is needed, You'll receive an email detailing the information required. You can also check on the status of your permit by following the steps in the how-to guides. All right, do we have any questions?
Peggy, thank you for going through that presentation. Jason has been addressing many of the questions in the chat. There is also a strong interest in inspection scheduling and some particular questions around that. I wanted to ask Miss Lindsay Thomas if she would raise her hand and get us into this discussion. It seems that you have some specific questions. You said the guide is not answering around scheduling an inspection. Miss Thomas, do you know how to raise your hand and I can have you ask that particular question?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hi, sorry. We have a couple of existing permits, one that we pulled ourselves. We're an electrical contractor. And then another one that we were added to as a building permit, we were added to as the electrical contractor. All the contact information and master electrician, all of that is correct in there. But when I go into the system portal, it does not allow me to schedule inspections like I do for all of our other ones. So I'm familiar with that process. I do it a lot. And for these particular ones, after the system upgrade, they just aren't pulling up for me that way anymore.
Okay, if you're added as a contact under the application, you should be able to.
Yeah, I don't think that's the issue. It's once I get, all the logins, even when my boss, who's Michael Oles, he is the master electrician, he is the main person for our company in that portal. But the problem is when I get to schedule inspections, I get to the inspection part of it and no inspection types. It says 0 inspection types and will not allow us to click on any of them or schedule any of them because they just don't show up at all.
Did you connect that permit using the PIN to your account?
Yes, we did.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and because we have so many, when the system switched over, I got probably 35 emails from 2 separate people, so about 70 PIN numbers to input. And even since I've done that, the description column on that main page also is a separate issue, is all squished to one side. So our permits don't show up as uniform as they used to in this new system. So I'm hoping that changes. But like you said, when you walked through it earlier, if you just type in the permit number you're trying to deal with specifically, it will pull it up the permit we got added to and everything, but it will not allow us to schedule our inspections. And we have one other for Druid Lake that they also, that one is doing the same thing, and we need to schedule inspections for both of those.
Okay, Tammy, do we still have that form? that
Yes,
people-
I dropped it in the chat earlier. I'll drop it again. It's a form that you can fill out for follow-up questions if your question isn't adequately answered here, so that we can be sure to get specifically to your need. So I'll drop that link into the chat again because it sounds like maybe Peggy and Jason want to follow up with you on this matter.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else who would like to ask questions, please raise your hand. Ms. Tam McIntyre, I noticed that you made a solicitation in our chat from BaltimorePermits.com offering your services and saying that you understand how to use this system and criticizing the system. So I hope that, your hand raised is an actual question and not a business solicitation. But I'm curious about your question since your website says you all can help everybody with this system.
So yeah, no, I wasn't criticizing. I was empathizing because we are learning this system as we go, just like everybody else. So I was saying that if there are people out there that need
We don't
additional.
want a solicitation on this site, Ms. McIntyre. Do you have
Okay,
a
that's
question?
fine. Yes, I do. I was just responding to your comment.
Yeah,
So the question,
your homepage on your website calls this, promote your service based on this being a problem. So if you fully understand how to help everyone, I'm very curious about your question.
so my question is the existing permit search that, I have two questions. The existing permit search that used to be on the system, I've not been able to locate, as well as the inspection history function that you used to have on Quick Track, whereby you could get a list of the history of the inspections report faxed over to you. I've not been able to find that either. So those are my two questions.
Okay, so you're talking about information on the website, not this specific application.
Oh, she muted herself again. Let me ask her to unmute. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't get your question.
So you're talking about locating information on the website as opposed to this specific application?
Yes, so on the existing permit search, that used to just be on your DHCD website. I haven't been able to find that. Is it still available to just look for the permits that exist on a particular address?
That information should still be on the website.
Well, not
Okay.
only that, Peggy, I believe don't you search in in e-permits?
Permits to, also to define existing permits.
Okay, thank you. And as far as the history report, where would I find that?
I have to check on that because we no longer have the Quick Track system, so.
If you
I
look
would-
up an individual property and then go under inspections, you'll see the history of inspections there. Individual property, individual permit, so you have to look up the permit. And then in the drop down, there's an inspections tab, and it has the history of inspections there.
And Chris, there was a suggestion in the chat that, if appropriate, if we can just see the system real time related to the questions, if like an existing permit search came up. So I think if you keep the screen up, we might be able to show some things real time related to the questions as they come up.
I can do that. I was trying
Great.
to figure out where we were going. So,
That's fine. I'm going to Ryan Gonzalez now.
Yes, how you doing, Tammy?
Hi.
My question is more related to when you're at the final stages of the permit. We've had a couple projects where, because they were merged from the old system to the new, I was told from Francis that those still require the collated signature ready set as well as the contractor form. He did say the new applications do not require that anymore. So with the older ones, we've had situations where everything was uploaded, but we're pending that payment link or the fees to be generated in the Acela portal. So we just wanted to know what triggers that, like what triggers the link to be available in Acela for us to get permit issuance? And is it different? I'm assuming it's different with the ones that were merged versus the new ones, the new applications.
Well, with the older applications that came from E-plans, once the reviewer reviews your contractor application and everything is correct, then they should be putting it in ready to issue for you to get the permit. And in the new system, once they finish the review of the information you've added, then you should get the email to pay.
Did that answer your question?
So it did, but my follow-up question to that would be the person who issues that's the lead reviewer, the plant coordinator. I'm assuming, is there anybody else we can reach out to if we're not getting responses back from that particular person? Like, is there anybody in office services or anything that could push that through?
Yeah,
for the payment?
once the reviewers finish, then it goes to office services to deal with the contacts and the owner's information. And once they're done, then it's it's issued. So if you're having an issue getting some through, fill out that form that Tammy put in the chat, and we'll follow up to see what's holding it up and get it issued.
Going to Keisha Hall.
Yes, good afternoon. My question is, on the old system, it used to be a reply button. If you have questions when you get additional information needed. I caught myself looking through the website and couldn't find anything. Other than calling or actually going to the office to have those questions answered. Is there an existing button on the new system where you can do that?
So the message board is not part of this system. We're generally doing communications through email.
Okay, so when I get that email saying additional information, if I want to ask a question as to the reason why this might be needed, or anything to that effect, just reply to the email. It's not going to go into a mass, box
There should,
for anybody to reply back or to be that particular person.
it'll go into a general mailbox, but it should be a mailbox listed within that message for you to send it to. Not as a reply to that particular message, but a mailbox listed near the bottom of that message for you to send information to.
Okay.
Tammy, the list of email addresses for the different issues. Do we have that
Yeah.
available?
The support guide, yes, that's been put in the chat too. I'll repeat it.
Okay, you can also look at that list.
Okay, thank you much.
You're welcome.
Chuck Jones, please.
Yeah, I've been trying to schedule a inspection for about a week now. I get to the screen where you're at permits and inspections and so on and records. But it gives me one that says PIN 2025 and then a 08701. I'm having difficulty scheduling this inspection. And it didn't populate all my old permits as well.
Have you linked that permit with your new account?
I thought I did.
Okay, well. Have you been able to do any of these steps that Chris is going through?
Yes. I never got to that.
When you're going to look for your permit, are you going to My Records or are you just searching that permit number?
Let's see, I've got it up now. So it pulled it up and it shows the records under permits and inspections. And then when I go to, it comes up as commercial multifamily combo permit and it gives it the permit number. And then I click on schedule inspections.
Does your page look like this, right?
Yep.
Chris,
Back, like, are you under the My Records tab like she was?
Okay, so I just saw that. Hold on, let me get back to where you're at.
So let's stay here for a second.
So right now, what I've got up is the screen you had previously that shows record COM 2024-02640.
Mr. Jones, do you mean it doesn't look like this? You
No.
don't,
Go,
you're not,
go back a page if you could, please.
so she wants you to come over to my records, see,
Okay, go back to my records. Okay.
What was that permit number?
Permit number COM 2024 02640.
And if you're on the My Records page, does it show up in that list?
Yes, I'm on my, right now I'm on the home page and it shows it.
can you go over to the My Records tab? Because I'm assuming Chris is suggesting that that's where you need to go
Okay.
to get to the steps to schedule an
Okay,
inspection.
I just clicked on my records
Good.
and in those down boxes, the first one I see is dated 2/17/25 and it gives a PIN 225-08701 verification of PIN record. And then it gives some 3 other permits back into 23, which I have more than that, but that's all it's showing.
And then when you click on the permit there,
It's not there. That permit is not
Oh,
there.
the one that he wants is
Oh,
not there.
okay, so
No,
then
sir.
it's, yeah, so then it sounds like it's not linked to your account. So you need to get the PIN number for that permit and go through the process of adding that permit and PIN to your account.
Okay, so if I click on that pin that's shown here in one of these drop down boxes, will that take me to it?
No, each record has a unique PIN.
Yeah, and that would have been emailed to you.
Okay,
And so you might need some help getting all of that
yeah, I do.
synced back
Yep.
up.
You should fill out the follow-up form so that we can get in touch with you to.
And we can get the permits liaison to reach out to you directly and help get those records linked up.
Okay, if you could, please, I really need to schedule this inspection for sealing. So yeah, whatever you can do to help me, I'd appreciate it.
Yes. Mr. Jones, please fill out that form and I'm gonna send you
Where's the
a
format?
note. I put a link in the chat, which will take you to the follow-up form. Do you see it?
Hang on. Let me go to the chat.
I'll put it in there again so you don't have to search for it.
Is that from you, Tammy? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gonna go to Kai Davis.
How you doing? My question was in regards to some of the permits that I've put in, like what exactly is the time it takes for permits to truly go through? Because I had some that were like put in last month and they're still saying pending.
Well, we're having a issue with the processing time right now. It will improve, but currently we are backed up in processing permits. So as soon as we can get to it, staff is working basically around the clock trying to get everything caught up. But as you should understand, switching over to a new system caused delays on several things being issued in the time frame that we have been used to them being issued. But we are diligently working on improving the processing time. You can fill out that form with your permit numbers and we will check to see where they are in the status and get them through as quickly as we can.
Mr.
Okay,
Davis?
oh, sorry, I had pressed mute to be
Yeah.
quiet, but thank you so much. And the form is where again? Which?
Let me put it in the chat again, and please definitely fill it out and be as specific as you can with any specific record that you're asking about.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a follow-up, was in regards to contacts that you have within specific permits. I've noticed that, say my colleagues have put in many variations of the same contact. Is it possible to be able to delete all of like multiples that we like may have put because I understand you can like add contacts, but I see that there's like 4 of the same thing already put in there. Is anyone way to consolidate that within the system at all? On my side?
Yes, you can manage contacts within your own account.
Okay, sorry, I was trying to navigate to find it, but I just haven't been able to for whatever reason.
Okay, just put that on your form and we'll provide you the information.
Okay, thank you so much.
Audrey DeVelpis.
Very good, thank you.
Okay.
You got it. Hi, I'm an HVAC contractor, and I just had a quick question. So originally, before the new system, we had to pull mechanical for gas and gas for everything. And now your mechanical option does not have fuel burning equipment as like putting in the equipment. So does that mean now we don't need mechanical for like a gas furnace?
No, you do need it. They just put it under the field burning. It's in there, but in a different place.
It's under gas.
Yeah,
Chris,
it's not under mechanical though. When you put in the mechanical, it's not, it only gives you the options of like the heat pump, the condenser, and those options. It doesn't give you the choice of a furnace.
Is there any way we can go to that page, Chris?
I'd have to
I mean,
create the account to get there.
Okay, if not, I was just checking.
Yeah, it'd be nice to just like jump in the middle of it. So like she's talking about, I'm applying for the permit and adding these pieces. I need to do a
Okay.
save permit in different stages each way.
Audrey, did that bring any clarity?
No, because there's still not a drop-down option for that. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because we have a separate plumbing and gas fitter compared to our HVAC that we utilize. So I just know.
Peggy, you said it's where now?
I'm trying to go look now and see what they put that under.
What type in particular permit are we looking at?
Audrey?
Oh, yeah. So it's just residential HVAC. So 1 or 2 family, I think it was combo, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's looking for the furnace. I mean. Hold on a second here.
I think she's trying to find an address that she can use as an example.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in a play environment, so I should be able to just.
Wait a minute. I'm looking at it. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm on the back side. It's under gas
Type of
So-
work.
for fuel burning equipment is where the furnace would go.
Okay,
what
so
type-
go
So
ahead,
that-
Audrey.
Also, other question. So when we're doing exterior and interior, like trade work, what option am I supposed to be choosing? Like before it was just mechanical or gas. Now that these options are a little different, exterior trades and site utilities, like I don't know which one that I'm supposed to be utilizing.
Let me see if I can find it.
I've got the list available up here on the screen, Peggy, if you're looking. I'm walking through this as we're talking about it. I figured it'd be easier.
Yep.
Is
Are
the
you-
mechanical stuff you're talking about exterior only? Because I don't know how big that stuff is.
No, that,
No, it's usually interior and exterior.
Okay, so interior and exterior alterations?
okay, are you doing both?
Yes.
Then I would do the interior and just add what you're doing for the exterior.
So interior
So-
trades or interior alterations, which?
Please, she said.
What did you
Yeah,
say,
and they-
Peggy?
I said I would do the interior trades and just add the exterior work to it.
Okay,
So I should be utilizing the interior trades all the time for HVAC residential?
For HVAC residential, yes, that's interior trades.
Yeah, but I'm saying even if it's exterior, like an AC or a heat pump that's outside.
We still do the interior.
Okay.
Okay.
are we talking single, do, or?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna walk through it.
Okay.
Application, I'm just gonna say no for this one for right now, unless you have specifically you want anything to talk about.
Nope.
Okay,
Thank you.
so everybody's okay so far with where we are in the conversation with this application? Just checking. Okay, so we're gonna say no for an address. Interior demolition work occurring?
Nope.
Nope. Well, we'll make. Existing use is not gonna change, right? It's still single?
Correct.
Okay. Change of use is no, existing one,
Yes.
no changes, no lead paint. No affordable housing, no reasonable accommodations. Okay, here's
So
where we
this-
started getting into stuff. So what of this are you doing?
So gas work, yes. So this is my other, so this whole thing is confusing. So we are doing like, so a gas furnace and an AC unit, but my question is, so yes to that. But this says other than specified above, didn't we?
Ignore that. If you're doing it, say yes.
Okay.
What about elevators, conveyance, any of that?
Nope. Nothing
Backflow devices?
Nope.
Okay. So we're just doing gas work. What about the plumbing work? Because you said you're doing, here's mechanical work. So you've got mechanical
Right.
work, right?
Correct.
Anything with plumbing?
No.
And we're not doing anything extra with the electric? No
Nope.
heavy ups or anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So we're doing gas and we're doing mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
And we're definitely, even though we got mechanical and we got glass, it's not plumbing. There's no gas fitters involved, no other stuff like that.
Correct.
Just checking. Okay. So let's just go ahead. This is the property stuff, which we'll go ahead and talk out. We're not dealing with the garage. We're not dealing with the garage. And we're not dealing with a shed. Okay. All right.
So does that answer your question, Audrey, or do we need to keep going?
No, because you
No.
haven't gotten to that point yet.
We're getting to
Okay.
the point right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we're
Sorry.
almost there. We are
I thought you-
almost there. We're not dealing with parking, we're not doing curb cuts, we're not doing all this stuff. We are getting there in just a second when we start getting into the trades and the pop-ups. That's where she's at. So sorry, it's taking a few minutes. I gotta get there. Okay, gas work. This is where and what she's looking for. So this comes in Peggy and Jason. So we're in the trades, we're at the gas detail work. We're gonna go add information. Here's her fuel burning stuff, gas test, and any of this stuff apply.
Second.
Yeah, so the furnace. So this is under gas, but when you're usually pulling mechanical, so you could click the furnace one, it's fine. The number of units is 1, BTUs is 80,000.
Number of units is
80,000
1.
BTUs.
1. BTUs is 80,000.
So units is BTUs over here.
Yep.
Oh, okay, got it.
Th-
Okay.
this
I did the
batch-
same thing. Took me a while. Oh yeah, count 1 unit of the. Yeah. Okay, so that part was okay.
Yep.
Anything else on the gas that needs to be added?
No.
Okay.
So it's the next part that I'm
Mechanical.
correct. So if you go to
Alright.
mechanical, even
And
though
then-
we used to have to pull a mechanical for furnace, it's not on there.
No, it's under gas.
That's what I'm saying. Then it's no longer a mechanical.
Well, that's just how they placed it in the application. It is a mechanical device, but it's found under gas. And they put
Okay.
it. as a
Th-
switch.
So it's a little different now, though. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
we're
saying. Like
working
we
to
used to have
get that.
we have 2 separate accounts. Our plumbing and gas fitter and our mechanical contractor, and we always had to pull for both under both accounts. So now it's not like that. It's just pulling under gas.
For the furnace and then the mechanical for
Right.
the.
The AC would be the okay. That's what I'm saying. Before you could choose.
Yeah, it was before.
Okay, that's what I was just making sure we were good because we were failing before for not pulling both.
I see. Jason,
Okay.
did you have something on that?
We are working with the vendor to add that fee under the mechanical work as well. So
Okay, you're still a little muffled, Jason, but I think you said you're working with the vendor to have it under mechanical as well,
yes,
so that people can, so that it'll be more natural for people. Okay. Audrey, are we good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry for the delay.
Okay, no problem. We still have about 20 minutes left to this session, so I think I can get to these hands, and Jason is still addressing questions in the chat. I'm going to Juicy.
Yes. Hi. Thank you so much for this session. It's really very helpful. I did register for the new system. I'm a MHIC contractor, but I've not been able to number one, get my PIN, and the second thing, and most importantly, I'm not able to add my MHIC number to my account. It just doesn't find it. I'm not able to link my old account to the new one. I don't know how to do that, even though I'm registered with the new system.
But you weren't able to link your license with the system?
Yes, I'm not able to link my license. It doesn't find it. It doesn't find my license. When I try to add it, it
Okay,
keeps saying,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, it just doesn't find it when I try to, because I was trying to pull a permit. One, I'm not able to get a PIN. I didn't get a PIN. I've been registered now for a while. And it's not able to link my old account, I guess. For an MHIC contractor, do I need to come into the office to pay again, or what do I do?
No, well, you don't pay for MHIC licenses anyway, but if you could fill out that form, then
Okay,
back to you and go more in depth and assist you.
oh, okay, okay. Yeah, because it's not pulling it up from the system. How about my PIN number, man? Is there a way to get that as well? To
We
link my old account?
can assist you with that. Just fill out the form and we'll get back to you.
Okay, okay,
Right.
awesome.
Yep.
All right, man.
We've had to help some people find the emails that they weren't able to locate emails, and so we can match those records up for you by assisting you directly. A Juicy, okay?
Okay, man. So when I fill out the form, I'll get you
You'll
respond
get
to
the
it.
follow-up, yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to Melissa Perry and Chris, by the way, there was a suggestion in the chat that we walk through a search for an existing or previous permits for a random address, just to show. I'm just queuing you up for that, but I'm going to Melissa Perry.
Yes, good afternoon. So for use and occupancies, that when I did ask this question in the chat and Jason responded with a link to request a duplicate document. So for permits that were issued prior to the conversion of the system, when I go into the system and I go to permits and I go to attachments and I try to pull the use and occupancy up, the link is there, but when you click it, nothing comes up. So a person would have to purchase a copy of a use and occupancy now, as opposed to being able to access that.
Is this from the old system or the new system?
Oh, she muted herself. Don't mute yourself again, folks, once you start the question.
Uh,
It's a permit that was issued under the old system.
Right. So it was issued under the old system. And so I guess when they converted everything over, it doesn't seem like the old permits are accessible anymore on the site.
Okay.
You have your use permit?
Yes.
Can
You ready?
Yeah.
Sure. It's 2024 53188.
Check it on my side.
And meanwhile, I'm gonna answer Mr. Regan in the chat. Something curious that I've been discovering, Peggy and all, when they're doing that, there was a comment in the chat that when they put in an address on Charles Street, they were getting no results. But when I put in a search at the top and don't just put Charles and not even street, I get results. And I've heard that from other people too, including in Coffee Break. They were saying if they don't put, like street or avenue or anything like that, it seems to come up quicker. Have you all been hearing that?
I haven't been hearing it, but that's typically how the programs work.
Yeah, you see where. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt what you were looking for from Ms. Perry, Jason. Jason, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Just checking on my side to see what I'm able to see. Making sure it was issued, which it was.
Should I hold on or should I go to another question while you're doing
Go
that?
ahead to the next question, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Rice, I'm gonna ask you to go ahead and engage as well.
Hi, I just want to make sure you guys can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm under the licensed contractors tab. I was doing an application to connect our existing plumbing permit or plumbing license. And I submitted this a few days ago, and it's still pending. When I go to record info and then processing status, under application intake, it says that it was due on March 19th. I thought that was when the pending status was going to be finished. I just wanted to know how long the process usually takes to connect.
Peggy, do you follow that question?
Yes, I follow this question. Again, we are backed up in processing applications due to the volume that has come in, but we are getting to them as quickly as we can. If you want to fill out that form and put your information there, we will look into it and see what the issue is and get it out as quickly as we can.
Okay, thank you very much. I did join a little bit late, so sorry for the redundancy.
Oh, no, that's okay.
No
Did
problem
you
at all.
see the link, Mr. Rice? Did you see the link for the follow-up questions?
No, I did not.
Okay, let me just, I'm just gonna populate that in the chat again, so folks don't have to search for it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Melissa Perry, I think Jason might still be looking into.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to Connie Bertram.
Hi, thank you. I had two questions. After I paid for 3 permits yesterday and 2 of them came by email. 1 did not. Is there a place I should be looking for that permit under records or somewhere? Is there attachment in my online permit?
So you paid for 3 and you received 2, wondering
Correct.
what the third one is.
Correct.
Did you receive an email for the third one or you received nothing?
Just a payment email, just saying I paid it. I got an email saying I paid 3 different ones and 2 of them came through with permits and 1 did not.
Okay. Do not know why it would not have come through. That's something I have to look into. So if you could fill out that form, we'll look and see why it didn't come through.
Okay, and my second question is fire protection. So once I apply through you, everything gets sent to the fire marshal for review. They review it, complete their review, and then they attach a letter with the payment information that I print and I drop off at the fire department. I see that the fire marshal BACA reviewed everything, but I don't see where the attachment for that letter is. Is there a place to look for it? Would it be in project docs or would it be under e-permits?
It should be under. Prior to this system, where did you see it?
Message board. It would come on the message board with an attachment.
Because there is an attachment feature within e-permits. You don't see it there?
There's no attachment coming up. What's that under? I go under permit and then is it record information or it just comes up under the permit? Yeah, mine never had attachments. Mine has record details, processing related and inspections, no attachments.
No attachments button.
No attachments button, correct.
Okay,
That's interesting.
yes.
And you're you're a contact on that, right? Because sometimes if you're not a contact or something, it doesn't show up. I know that because it's done it to me a couple times.
Yeah, I'm the only one on my, for the contact.
Okay.
And I called the fire department and they have no idea where, because usually it comes through the message boards, but there's no message board anymore.
Correct. And you sure you didn't miss an email?
No. No, I looked through everything.
Okay, if you could fill out that form, we'll try to track it down for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bertram. Jason, should I go back to Ms. Perry yet?
Yep, I was following up because since I'm not on a permit that has a use and occupancy, I can't pull one up to see. But being told that it does show up under the attachments tab. So, Ms. Perry, if you're seeing something different on the attachments tab, if you could send us a screenshot, that might be helpful.
Okay. Yeah, because I've been through, we have quite a few that was issued back then, and they all, again, it shows as the attachment when you go through the link and record information and go to attachments, and that use and occupancy permit will be right there. And it shows there, but when I click that link, it then just nothing happens. And I've tried it on different computers, thinking maybe a pop-up was off or something,
Right.
but nothing's being shown, nothing comes up.
Gotcha. Okay, that's helpful.
Okay, so you said you wanted her to send a screenshot or? Did you want her to do something?
With that additional information, that helps me to work with the vendor to see what the issue is there, so.
Okay. All right, going to Jason Stork.
Hello.
Hi.
So I logged on to add the our old permits onto the new system. I'm logged in. I went to permits inspection, created an application. Let me just start fresh here. I checked the box. I clicked continue application. I clicked where it says permits and I clicked verification by PIN record. And then clicked continue. So I've done all that, so I'm matching what you're doing with what I'm doing currently. So then I click add a row, correct? And then under record number, I put the old permit number. Is that correct?
Yes, you put your permit number and the PIN that was sent for that permit number.
Okay, so I've done that. And then when I click, so after that, let me see what you do, because when I click continue, it adds the line item.
I don't have a particular one I can add because I don't have a record to add.
Okay. So well I add. Oh, do you need mine? Would you like mine, or is that what you're asking?
No, well, I could if you want. It doesn't matter. This is a dummy account. I'm back in the test environment, so it's not real. So if you want to give me one, that's fine.
Okay, so and that's the other issue, is trying to match up our old permit numbers with the accurate. But I have a COM 2024 65016. And then the PIN is capital F, lowercase m, 8, lowercase k, uppercase B, lowercase y. Oh, maybe it's because I already started that one.
I don't know. Because this is telling me it's the combination is wrong. I have this right? COM 2024 65016?
65016, yep.
And is there a 0 in front of the 6?
No, 2024 65016, that's correct.
Okay. So it could be. They're just mad at me.
FM8. FM8KBY, that's correct.
Okay.
So when I enter it in, it actually added the line item.
Cool.
But then when I click continue application, it loads and then goes back to this page that you're on currently right now. And it just never, it's a never ending loop. It never goes to review.
Oh.
Now I did have one permit go to review, but then there's no information for that permit. Like it says, please review this information, but no information comes up.
Okay, 'cause we need to see what you're seeing. So can you fill out that form? And somebody will contact you and so that you can share out a screen and we can see exactly what you're going through. So just-
Okay. The form's on the chat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it in again.
Tammy, did you pin that so that it's always at the top for people, or you just adding it?
Well, I didn't want people to have to search all the way back through, but I can.
I was just saying, if you did the dots and you pin it, it shows up at the top, no matter where they are. It's always at the top. That
Right,
top
but
thing.
don't they have to
Yeah.
scroll all the way back to the top to see it?
I don't think so. It's just at the top of whatever window they're at. It's like it's fixed.
Okay. Let me try that.
You have to hit the dots and then the pin.
Okay.
It should show up.
All right, go into Tracy Numa.
Yes, thank you. Make sure I can hear. Can you hear me? Okay. I'm trying to do a permit extension and I get to the step where it says, and I'm going through your guide. It just didn't tell me the difference between extension and reinstatement. This permit expired a year ago. I put the expiration date in there and it says extension type. So I know it's an extension, but I don't know if I need to do a reinstatement because it's been past the expiration date.
Okay, so extensions, you can only do extensions up to 90 days after permit expires.
Okay. So
Do a statement, all the work has to be complete. If there were any required rough-in inspections, they would have to have been done and approved. And the permit expiration has to be within 3 years. If you don't meet all of that criteria, then you have to reapply for the permit.
Okay. I'm sorry, say the last couple things for reinstatement again.
Okay, so you're trying to extend this permit for what? You still have work to do?
Yes, so
Okay, so if the work is not complete, you don't, you're not eligible for a reinstatement. And because the expiration date is beyond 90 days, you have to just reapply for the work.
okay.
All right.
What I was told was that there was issues with it, and I was told I needed to get a building well, never mind. I see what you're saying. It sounds like I just need to get a whole new one. The other question I had on the next step, it said to add applicant. Is that where I add my contractor?
No, there's a specific place to add contractor. Applicant, person filling out the form.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Chris, I don't see how to pin that to the top, so I guess I just don't know how to do that. So
Okay.
I put it in the chat again, everyone. I'm sorry, what was that? I don't know what that is.
We were just getting some echo there.
Okay. Um. All right, so. Oh, we have 1 minute left and no new hands raised. Is there anyone else that would like to get a question in before we wrap up here? And I'm gonna let the breakout rooms know if anybody's still there that we're wrapping up. Okay, going to Kaylee Richardson. Hold on, let me ask you to unmute. Wait a minute, why am I? I think you are. Are you unmuted, Kaylee Richardson? Looks like there's maybe a sound issue here. I don't see you as muted, but we're not hearing anything. Can you try to speak up now? Okay. Oh, you're on the phone. We should be able to hear you. I don't know how to tell you how to unmute your phone. You might want to type in your question because we're not getting sound and it's showing you as unmuted. Okay, Kayla Richardson says that nothing shows up on her dashboard at all. They've finally been able to attach a license number and sent the amendments for each application, but the permit application should be showing up somewhere. Hopefully you can see on your phone the demonstration that Chris is pointing out on the screen. She's suggesting you need to go to the My Records tab next to the dashboard. There's like a dashboard, then My Records, and then My Account, and then Advanced Search. If you click on My Records, I think she's suggesting that that's where your application, your pending application should be, right, Chris?
Mm-hmm. Because even if it's something she is working on, it'll show up down here at the bottom.
So try the My Records tab, Kaylee, not the dashboard tab. Chris, can you go to the dashboard tab and see? So what should people be looking for on the dashboard tab?
On the dashboard, it is basically exactly that. It's a dashboard. If you've saved stuff in your cart to pay, it shows up. If you've got this collection, if you're dealing with a lot of permits, you can actually put a bunch of them into a collection, a group, so that it's quick and easy to get. And anything that you've got in progress shows down the bottom. See, I've got 2 that are 25 TMPs. One is those that you just saw me a few minutes ago working on, and then one is from a little while back. And I can hit resume application to hit any of those.
But so that's what I think that's what she was saying in the chat, though, that nothing shows up on her dashboard.
Did she submit it? Because even then, in
Oh,
my
wait a minute, she says
record-
it shows there, but on your video, it shows stuff listed in the categories. Nothing is listed in hers. So maybe that's
well,
where,
it's probably because in the video stuff that I have stuff in it. She might not. But if you go to my records, here's this temp that I just did a few minutes ago. It's here too. So my records has got anything that has me as a contact on it.
okay, so but My Records is more extensive than, go back to the dashboard for a second, please.
Mm-hmm.
So my Records is different than Work in Progress.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Work in progress is going to be stuff that hasn't been submitted to us yet.
That has not been submitted. And the My Records is everything that has been submitted.
And stuff that has not. It's both.
Okay. So My Records has everything.
Mm-hmm. Everything that has me as a contact. Whoever's doing this which is why we often recommend to check My Records, because you may think you are a contact on it, but if it does not show up in My Records, you're not shown as a contact. So like people trying to do amendments, or if you are trying to schedule inspection, if that record or that permit does not show up under My Records, you're not going to have the rights to do it.
Okay. So Ms. Richardson, I hope that kind of answers your question. And if not, just send us a follow-up on that form that we provided so we can engage with you further. And with that, we're just a little past the 2 o'clock hour. I'm going to ask Jason and Peggy if they have any wrap-up comments.
Thank everybody for joining us, and thank you for your patience.
Okay. I will get the follow-up questions to the permits office immediately following this meeting, and everyone that submitted items, you can expect a follow-up on short order. We're working very hard to address everyone's concerns and questions. And honestly, we're finding that once people walk through the process with us, they're adapting to the new system and things are working more smoothly. So we're working to get everything caught up. And again, we appreciate your patience. Thank you.